Hi, this is Dory. In today's lesson, I'm going to be showing you how to prepare your tracks before sending to a mixing engineer. Before we start, I just want to remind you guys to crossfade any audio tracks. This project that I'm going to be using as an example happens to not have any audio tracks in it because it's just an instrumental only that I composed by using all MIDI files. Now, in order to show you how to crossfade audio tracks, I put in a couple audio tracks here for demonstration purpose. So to crossfade audio tracks, what you do is you come up here, go ahead and choose Fade Tool. You want to bring the cursor out in front of your the beginning of your audio track a little bit, hold down and drag to the left. As you can see down here, it's been crossfaded. At the end tail of your audio track, you do the same thing. Go ahead and click and drag to the left. Also, very importantly, you have to crossfade the connection between the two consolidated tracks. Now, the reason why you have to crossfade audio tracks is because you want to give it a smooth transition so that way you're not getting any pops. If you didn't crossfade them before sending your audio tracks out to a mixing engineer, he or she most likely will remove them later by using their own plugins. But still, it'll affect and depreciate the sound quality. So it's just better to get in the habit to prepare your tracks the best before sending them out. Let me go ahead and delete them. All right. Oh, another thing that I want to point out also is that you should drag the end marker over here to where the song actually ends. You don't want the marker to be way out there because you don't want to have a lengthy silence to continue to go on even after the song is done. Alright, now let's get started. As you can see, not all of these tracks have the same starting point. This is very important because in the past, some clients send their projects to us with all these audio tracks in it, right? But they were not prepared properly. So if the tracks that you send to us don't have the same starting point, then when we import your tracks into our DAW, it'll sound like a mess. So in order to get all the audio tracks exported all at once and with the same starting point instead of bouncing them individually, it's really easy to do. What you do is you come up here, go to File, Export, and you choose all tracks as audio files. Okay, so now you get a dialog box. Make sure that you choose desktop so it's easier for you to access your projects later. At least that's what I do. If I want to find them later, they're right on my desktop. Okay, so right here, this is how you're going to save it. Trim silence at file N. You're going to choose trim silence at file N, which means the files will be cut off when silence begins, and that's what we want. WAV file, 24-bit. Right here, bypass, you want to check bypass effect plugins because you don't want these tracks to be exported with any effect on it. You want to take them off so a mixing engineer can start mixing from scratch using just raw audio files. Include volume pan automation. You also want to uncheck that for the same reason. Normalize. If you keep normalize off, which means the files will be exported at the level they're at. If you choose overload protection only, means it'll only normalize if the peaks is hitting higher than 0 dB so you don't get any clipping distortion. We'll leave that one on. Uncheck this one. Add result files to project browser. I'll leave that one alone. Over here, this is how I like to save my tracks to keep things organized. Track number and then underscore, track name underscore, and then you're going to put the tempo at the end right here. These elements are just drag and drop. You can just, drag and drop them. If you don't want them, you can just click on it and hit delete. Okay, so as you can see the pattern as such, down here, track number 01, custom, it's underscore. You can make custom anything you want, but I just use that as underscore to separate between the track number and the track name. And the first track is a guitar track, and then underscore again. And the tempo of this project is at 125 beat per minute, and you see how it's showing like this, and we're saving as a WAV file. Now when you're done with that, go ahead and click new folder, and I'm just going to name this as a sample song for this tutorial purpose. And you go ahead and click on create, and you hit export. Now keep in mind, you'll be sending these files, audio files, via Dropbox. Dropbox is a site that allows you to share and transfer files over the internet via the cloud. Google Drive also does the same thing. We have to send audio files this way because they're just far too large to email. And I will show you how to upload files via Dropbox in a different lesson. Alright, looks like it's done now. So this is what I usually do after, let me go ahead and close this out. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do after I get audio files, a folder with all the audio tracks from a client. When I open up a new project, I will just access these audio files, select them all, and drag them to measure number 1. As you can see right now, all these audio tracks have the same starting point. And that's exactly what you want. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next lesson.